Do you ever feel like your brain is working against you? Like, no matter how hard you try, you just can't focus on the things that actually matter. One moment, you're motivated, ready to take on the world. Then suddenly, you're lost in another distraction. Another unfinished project, another wave of frustration. If you have ADHD, you've probably been told your whole life that it's a weakness. People say that you are lazy, unfocused, and unmotivated. But what if I told you that everything you've been taught about ADHD is wrong? The truth is, ADHD is not a weakness. It's a different operating system. And once you learn how to work with your brain instead of against it, you'll unlock a level of productivity, creativity, and success you never thought possible. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to harness your ADHD superpowers and turn your so-called weakness into your greatest strength. So if you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or like you're falling behind in life, keep watching because this is going to change everything. I've broken this video into 4 main parts to make it super easy for you to follow. Feel free to use the timestamps and skip straight to the section that matters most to you. Before we talk about strategies, let's break down why ADHD brains work differently. Your brain runs on dopamine. It's the neurotransmitter responsible for motivation, pleasure, and focus. But here's the catch. People with ADHD have lower baseline dopamine levels, meaning that things that might feel rewarding or satisfying for other people just don't hit the same way for us. That's why you can spend hours hyper-focused on a video game, but struggle to read 2 pages of a book. That's why you're amazing in a crisis, but totally incapable of handling boring tasks like laundry or emails. That's why you get random bursts of unstoppable creativity, but can't seem to follow through on the things you actually need to do. Sound familiar? That's because ADHD isn't just about distraction, it's about stimulation. Your brain craves excitement. That's why you thrive in fast-paced environments, and why you probably work best under last-minute pressure. But this is where most people with ADHD go wrong. They try to force themselves into neurotypical systems of strict schedules, rigid routines, and willpower-based productivity. And when that doesn't work, they blame themselves for failing. The problem is that you haven't been taught how to use your unique brain in a way that actually works for you. Now, here are 3 things that you should know to fully understand how ADHD works. 1. ADHD is a dopamine game. Let's break it down. ADHD isn't a focus problem. It's a dopamine problem. Your brain craves stimulation. That's why boring tasks feel painfully impossible. Yet, you can focus on video games, creative projects, and random hobbies for hours. Neurotypical brains get dopamine from completing tasks. On the other hand, ADHD brains seek dopamine in whatever feels exciting or urgent. 2. The double-edged sword of hyperfocus. Most people think that ADHD means you cannot focus. Well, that is wrong. ADHD means you either can't focus at all or can't stop focusing. Have you ever gotten so deep into a project that you forget to eat, sleep, or even go to the bathroom? Yes, one of the most powerful tools you have, if you learn how to control it. This is why so many entrepreneurs, artists, and athletes with ADHD dominate their fields. They obsess over their passions and pour insane energy into their work. But without control, it turns into procrastination, burnout, or getting stuck in things that don't matter. How can you take advantage of this superpower? You have to set up systems that trigger hyperfocus on the right things. More on that soon. And here's the 3rd thing you need to understand. ADHD is not a deficit. It's just a different operating system. Your brain isn't broken. It simply works differently. To help you picture it, imagine a neurotypical brain as a standard PC. It runs smoothly, follows the manual, and processes tasks one at a time. Meanwhile, an ADHD brain is more like a high-performance gaming rig without a manual. It's insanely powerful, but if you don't know how to use it right, it crashes and burns. But once you figure out how to operate it properly, everything changes. You begin to realize that ADHD isn't flaw. It's your secret advantage. Now that you have a clearer idea of how your brain works, let's talk about the strengths that come with ADHD, because yes, there are plenty of them hiding in plain sight. One of the most powerful is hyperfocus. Most people think ADHD just means you're easily distracted, but the truth is, when something grabs your attention, you can lock in so deeply that time disappears. Hours fly by without you even noticing. This kind of focus is incredibly rare and insanely valuable, and when you know how to use it, it can become your biggest productivity weapon. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs, creators, and innovators have ADHD because they're able to go all in on the things they're passionate about. Pay attention to what excites you naturally and try to build your routines around those things. If a task feels boring, find ways to make it stimulating. Combine it with upbeat music, movement, or challenge yourself to finish it against a timer. Another big advantage is creativity and rapid problem solving. You have this ability to jump between ideas quickly, which means you can spot unusual patterns, generate out-of-the-box solutions, and adapt fast in changing situations. To make the most of this, stop trying to force your thinking into a straight line. Instead, use tools that match your natural style. Things like mind maps, voice notes, or doodles can help you capture your ideas in a way that feels right for you. Don't hold back your creativity. Whether it's in business, problem solving, or creative work, your unique way of thinking is an edge, not a liability. Then there's your energy and adaptability. People with ADHD tend to thrive in high-energy, fast-moving environments. Your brain is built for spontaneity. You're good at thinking on your feet, picking up new skills, and pivoting quickly when things change. Use that to your advantage. Seek out work or hobbies that keep you stimulated. And if you're stuck in something slow or repetitive, find ways to inject some excitement. Try working while standing, play ambient background noise to keep your mind engaged. So now you know your strengths. But how do you actually apply all of this in real life? Let's start with turning your tasks into games. Your brain craves dopamine, so the trick is to turn boring stuff into a game. Set timers to create urgency. Something like the Pomodoro technique, where you work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Make your to-do list into mini challenges. Ask yourself, can I clean this room before my favorite song ends? And don't forget to reward yourself right after completing something hard. That immediate feedback helps reinforce the behavior. Next, figure out what sparks your dopamine. Not all tasks are equally exciting, and that's okay. Start noticing what naturally grabs your attention. If you're motivated by pressure, set up external accountability. Tell someone your goals or make public commitments that you can't back out of. That extra layer of pressure might be just what your brain needs to stay locked in. Another powerful strategy is building external structures. ADHD often comes with difficulty in self-regulation, so don't rely on willpower alone. Set reminders and alarms. Your brain will forget even important stuff. Group similar tasks together so you don't waste energy switching gears all the time. And for big, overwhelming projects, break them down into tiny, doable steps. Your brain can handle small chunks much more easily than trying to tackle everything at once. Now let's be real. There are some things ADHD brains just aren't built for, and that's fine. Instead of beating yourself up or trying to be good at everything, learn to outsource or automate your weak points. Hate paperwork? Use tools that automate it or delegate it to someone else. And if managing money feels impossible, set up automatic payments, use budgeting apps, and make your financial life as hands-off as possible. Still not convinced ADHD can be a superpower? Just take a look at some of the most successful people out there who have it. Elon Musk, the mind behind Tesla and SpaceX. Richard Branson, the billionaire who built the Virgin Empire. Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimmer with more gold medals than anyone in history. Jim Carrey, the comedy legend. Simone Biles, one of the greatest gymnasts the world has ever seen. These aren't people who succeeded despite their ADHD. They succeeded because of it. And if they can figure out how to use it as a strength, so can you. Finally, ADHD is only a weakness if you don't understand how to work with it. The moment you stop trying to fit yourself into a system that wasn't designed for you, and instead build a life that works for your brain, everything changes. So here's my challenge for you. Pick one ADHD-friendly strategy from this video and apply it today. Whether it's gamifying a task, setting up a better system, or leaning into your strengths. Start small, but start now. If this video helped you, drop a comment below. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe for more life-changing insights. Because your ADHD isn't a weakness. It's your secret weapon. It's time to start using it.